Hi guys, this is Ash Sharma, and in this session we will discuss the SQL job. What is the SQL job? SQL job means a series of actions. Means like you can define the multiple steps or you can define the multiple actions in the job, and then you schedule the job, and according to your schedule, the job will continue to execute. It means the job is a repetitive task. Generally, the job is used to for the administrative task like the weekly backup, sending the mails in the bulk, then sending the newsletter in the bulk, and writing the log files and audit log files. So for these purpose, you can use the job. And job is performed by the SQL Server agent. You can deploy the SQL job on local server or multiple remote server. What is the SQL Server agent? It's a background service from the Microsoft, and it keeps running in the background of the server. The SQL Server agent is contain the information about the job. When you schedule a job or when you create a new job, then this agent contains the information of that job and execute the job repetitively according to the schedule. We have some component for the SQL job. So we check these components. First of all, it's a job. Job is a program that defines the rules, means how the job will run. Also, contain the information about the jobs, say name of the job. Second is the steps. In the job you can define the series of the action or series of the steps. So these action or these steps are executed sequentially. Then next is the schedules. You can schedule the job. It means you can set the date time of the job, at what date or what time you want to run the job, you can define in the schedules. Alerts. Alert means in case of like any error, then you want to write or you want to record that error in via the alert. Then those errors or those alerts are written in the window application log. So you can check later on, you can check window application log. Notification. You can set up email for the notification of the errors. Suppose there is a failure, then immediately a email is fired to notify the responsible person. Now how to create the job? As we discussed, the job is executed by the SQL Server agent. So on the left side, we have the SQL Server agent, expand that one, then we have the jobs, right click and new job. So now we have the 6 options: general, steps, schedules, alert, notification and targets. So we will discuss all these options one by one with configuration. So first of all, we have the general, and general we have the name. Say you can mention the name of the job, my backup job. Then second is the owner. Owner means who is the owner of this job. By default, it takes the current login, but you can change the name of the user from here. Then category. By default, it's local, and that is the standard. In the description, you can mention the purpose of the job. Say I mentioned the purpose of this job is to take the backup of a whole database. So then we have the enabled or disabled. By default, it's enabled, and later on, even the job is created, then you can disable the job. Now the next option is the steps. Okay. In the steps, you can define the multiple steps or you can say the multiple actions, and the job will execute those steps or actions sequentially from top to bottom. One action executes, finish, then second move to second one, and then third one, like so. Now how to define the action? Say new. So first of all, step name, backup step. Second, the type of the SQL statement, because here we can write the SQL statement and you can say the run as, it's blank now. Suppose you select the PowerShell, then you can see run as SQL Server Agent Service account. So this is the environment for the PowerShell. Okay, so SQL statement. Database. You can select the name of the database on which you want to some action, say delete, update, whatever like yours. Then the open. Suppose you have query in a file, then you can load this file in this screen. Then select all, copy, paste and parse. Now the purpose of this job to take the backup. Say SQL statement backup, backup database, my database. Then to disk and equal to the statement is I am taking the backup of the database, that is the my database name, and the physical path is the F drive, and in the F drive we have the folder that is the backup, and abc.back is the name of the file. This statement is correct or not, we can parse this statement, say parse. So we have some issue with that one, we have a problem. Then double quotes, single quotes. Now parse, this is correct now. So this is the first step, and in this step we have two options, that is the general and advanced. So we check the advanced function. On advanced, the first is the on success action. What to do when this action executes and successfully executed, then what to do? Go to the next step. Other option is quit the job and reporting success. Leave the job and ignore the other steps and then report the success. Then third option is the quit the job reporting failure. That is the option. After success of the first option, like you want quit the job and report as a failure, then you can select this option. Then retry attempts in case of the failure. Suppose 3 attempts, then retry interval minutes after 5 minutes. So after every 5 minutes, it will keep trying to execute that step. Then on failure action, what to do? Quit the job, reporting failure. Next option is go to the next step. It means if there is an error in the step number 1, even that, go to the next step. Other option is quit the job and reporting success. So in case of the failure, quit the job and report that the job has been executed successfully. Then you can mention the name of the file where you want to write the details of the error. Then OK. So this is the first step we have created, and we have created one step only, but you can create more steps, say new again, second step, because you can create the multiple steps. Next option is schedules. Click on the schedules, then new. So here you can configure the date and time for the execution of the job. So first of all, say schedule task. This is the name of your schedule. Then we have the type of the schedule. Reoccurring, then start automatically when the SQL Server agent starts. Second is the when the CPU is idle. Third is the reoccurring, and the fourth is the one time. So first of all, we take the start automatically when SQL Server agent starts. So if you select this option, then other options are disabled, because whenever the SQL Server agent starts, the job starts automatically. Second option is the when the CPU is idle. It means when the load on the CPU is minimal, so that time the job will start automatically. Then third is the reoccurring. Reoccurring means repetitively. The job will continue to execute repetitively. In case of the reoccurring, we have option frequency, say weekly, monthly and daily. Suppose it's weekly, then reoccurs every week, or first week, second week, third week, or like this way you can mention. Even you can mention the on which date you want to execute the job, say only Monday and Friday. Then we have the daily frequency. Suppose daily. If I select this one, daily frequency, then occurs at, you can mention the time here, or occurs every after 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Again, you can mention the starting or ending time here. Then duration, you can mention the date and time of the duration, start and end of the job. Otherwise, you can mention no end date. Now, if we select the one time, it means the job will execute only once. So in that case, you can uh, decide the date and time for the execution of the job. So this is how you can schedule the date and time for your job. Next, we check the alerts. Then add, see, backup alerts. These are name. Then the type SQL Server event alerts. Then the database, name of the database you can define. You can select the my database. So if like some events occurs, like some error occurs on this database, then alert will like report the issue in the window event viewer. So you can check the window event viewer later on. Then we have the option error number, and if you know the like the error number of a specific error, then you can mention here. Otherwise, CVAT, it's a list of the error with the error number you can choose from here. Then you can apply further filter. You can mention that some text here. Say suppose ER error. Suppose some text contains this error word, then it will report the alert to the window event viewer. Next is that notifications. So notification, we have a multiple option. First is the email. But here, the important thing is, if we configure or if we select this email, then we have to configure the email server in the SQL Server. So in case of the like job fails or like complete or successes, then you will be notified by the email. The same thing with the page. Again, you have to configure for the page. Then write to the window application event log. If you select this option, then all the events in case of the failure or success will be written to the event log, window event log. Automatically delete the job in case you can select the event. So if that event occurs, then the job will be deleted automatically. Now, how to monitor the job? For that purpose, job activity monitor. You click on that one, then it will display all the information of the all the job running on this server. Alternatively, you can choose the job, then right click and check the view history. So you can check the status of your job here. So guys, this was all about the how to create the job and how to schedule the job in SQL Server. Thanks for watching the video.